We are going to Parliament now, where the Public Accounts Committee is currently questioning some officials of the Food and Drugs Authority.
Good morning, honorable members. Good morning, our invitees. The meeting is called to order. Honorable members, we are meeting this morning. This is our third meeting for this sitting, and then we are going to look at the reports of the Auditor General, which is a performance report on disposal of government vehicles by the Ministry of Health, and for that matter, Ghana Health Service. I call the meeting to order, and I ask Honorable Richard Koshigan to give us opening prayer.
Shall we pray? Gracious Lord, we thank you for a morning like this, and we ask for your divine grace and insight, even as we embark on this public assignment. We pray, Jehovah God, that you give us the tenacity of purpose and the temerity to be able to deliver this assignment effectively. I pray, Jehovah God, that you give members of PAC the ability to probe in order to bring out the necessary queries and the necessary issues to the fore for the benefit of Ghana. And so do I ask those from the Ghana Health Service that you give them the heart and then the ability to respond to the questions honestly and faithfully without any shred of doubt in the answers they will be given to this committee for the benefit of Ghana. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Honorable Richard. Honorable members, we will do self-introduction. The members of the committee first. Members of the committee, before we go to the witnesses appearing before the committee. So I will start from my right. Honorable member, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Chairman, and good morning to colleagues. My name is Honorable Samuel Nate George, MP for Ningo Pram, member of the committee.
My name is Roxy Nelson Dafamako, MP for South 9. I'm a friend of the committee.
I'm Matthias Ntukwame, member of Parliament for Aomi, member of the committee.
Good morning. My name is Alexander Kojokom Aban, MP for Gumwa West, and a member of the committee.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and colleagues. My name is Dr. Clement Abasina Bapak, Member of Parliament for Busa South in the Upper East Region, member of the committee.
Good morning, colleagues. Alhaji Mohamed Hadi Tufiri is my name, MP for Nantong in the Northern Region, member.
Good morning. I'm Samuel Atta Mills, MP for Commander Edna Iguafu Abrim constituency. I'm a member of the committee.
Good morning. I'm Ochre Ajukum, a member of the committee and MP for Fantiakwa South.
My name is Inusa Mohammed, clerk to the committee.
Edward Kalaewula Derry, MP for Lambuse, vice chairman of the committee.
My name is James Kluche Aveji, MP for Ketunov and the chairman of the committee.
I am Mafunana Ameniampong, deputy ranking of the committee.
Richard Mauli Kokukoshiga is my name, and I'm the member of parliament for the Kata constituency and a member of this committee.
Hello,
My name is Ras Mubarak, Member of Parliament for Kumbungu constituency in the Northern Region, and a member of the committee.
Good morning, I'm Mavis Nkansa Bodu, Member of Parliament for Pija Sector East, Ashanti Region, and member of the committee.
Good morning, I am Kwabna Ohimi Tinyasi. I'm a member of Parliament for Kadi constituency and a member of the committee.
Good morning, Chair and colleagues. My name is Cheba Fuaya, Member of Parliament for Lower West Achim in the Eastern Region and a member of the committee.
Kennedy Kwesi Kankam is my name, MP for Ishiastu constituency in Ashanti, Kumasi to be precise, and a member of this committee.
Good morning. My name is Alhaji Muhammad Bawa Brahima, MP for Idrasi Chedumasi, and a member of the committee.
I'm Odami Ejikum, Assistant Auditor General.
I'm George Winful, Deputy Auditor General.
Good morning. My name is Daniel Yaudomelevo, Auditor General.
Good morning. My name is Alfred Ankra, Senior Auditor.
I am Usudonko, Assistant Auditor General.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Anthony Siasari, Director General, Ghana Health Service.
Good morning, Chairman and colleagues. My name is Kingsley Abuajijidu, Member of Parliament for Bibini and Subekwai, your colleague on this committee, and Deputy Minister for Health. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorables. I am Dr. Fisa Zakaria, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Health. Thank you.
The minister have to go back and introduce yourself properly. Introduce yourself again, Minister.
I said, you know my name?
No. Can you introduce yourself once more?
Okay. Properly. My name is Kingsley Abuajijidu, Member of Parliament for Bibini and Subekwai in the Western Region. I am the ranking member of this committee, and also today I'm sitting here as the Deputy Minister for Health in the stead of the substantive minister who has traveled out of the jurisdiction. I believe my introduction is complete now. Thank you very much.
Let's continue with the introduction. We'll come back to that matter.
My name is Ramatwide Umanta. I'm the Director of Finance for the Ghana Health Service. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is John Sabin Fusu, Deputy Director, Internal Audit, Ghana Health Service.
Good morning. My name is Kofi Poku. I'm Director, Health Administration and Support Service, Ghana Health Service. Thank you.
My name is Honorable Aleski Ejekum, MP for Mpoho Wasa, the Western Region, and a member of this committee.
Thank you very much. I will do some brief remarks. Then I'll ask the deputy ranking member of the committee to do same. After that, the clerk to the committee will administer the oath to the witnesses before the committee. Honorable members, we are meeting for this session, the third day, to look at the performance audit report of the Auditor General on the disposal of government vehicles by the Ghana Health Service. And we have before us witnesses to help the committee do that. But I just want to remind the witnesses that the committee, in conducting its work, has the powers and privileges of a high court or a justice of a high court at trial. These powers include the power to invite witnesses and examine them on oath affirmation or otherwise. It also includes power to compel witnesses to produce documents that are likely to have effect on whatever we are doing. And lastly, to subpoena a witness to appear before the committee. Now, the committee is not a witch hunting one. We're only here to seek your views and also responses to the queries and findings of the Auditor General. But again, be reminded that whatever you are going to talk about, be truthful and nothing but the truth. If you don't have any information, you don't know any issue concerning that, say so. And we are here as committee members to discuss that. If you lie under oath, you are subject to perjury. And it's very serious if that happens. So speak the truth, the only truth, and nothing but the truth. So I will invite the deputy ranking member of the committee to make few remarks, then the clerk will administer the oath to the witnesses.
Thank you, Chair. I think he has said it all. We are here for the sake of Mother Ghana, just to right the wrongs and make sure that Ghana moves forward. I don't have much to add, except that let's all cooperate so that at the end of the day, justice will be done to every issue that will be raised here. And we come out as competent people who have actually acquitted ourselves as far as our duties are concerned. We wish you good luck. Thank you.
The clerk can now administer the oath.
Mr. Chairman, before the clerk administers the oath, there's a fundamental issue we ought to address before we continue, and that has to do with the deputy ranking member of the committee, the ranking member of the committee who doubles as Deputy Minister of Health and currently taking the place of the Minister of Health. I think it raises an issue of conflict of interest because the Ghanaian public is watching, and it's important that we clarify this, and your guidance on the matter would be very useful to the committee. Whether or not, as a ranking member, he can be a judge, he can be a judge and a witness in his own court.
Let me hear from Honorable Apak.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to associate myself with the issue raised by Ras Mubarak, Honorable Ras Mubarak. We go way back, so do forgive me. I truly think that we shouldn't take the potential perception and impression that this would form in the minds of Ghanaians for granted. We all know him. We expect that he would acquit himself well, but, you know, we are privileged. And I don't think that everyone would come to the same conclusion in terms of him taking the seat that he has taken today. Only yesterday he was on this side. But in a very twisted way, I actually believe that if he were to agree and to recuse himself on the basis of this concern that has been raised, that would be the beginning of the effort that we are making to ensure that the political appointees and representatives do not take the blame for work that has largely been supervised by the bureaucrats. So I actually am seeing a benefit if we were to agree that he should recuse himself as being responsible and taking over the duties of his minister. So there could be a collateral benefit, so to speak.
Chairman, also I have a concern here. I don't know how the minister is going to do this. You take an oath or you won't take an oath. And if you do take an oath, the lawyer, can you help us
I know you will say so, you are doing it on behalf of your minister. But we are sitting here as a colleague, and you are the ranking member. How do you double up with your oath?
Let me take last from Honorable Koshiga.
I think I virtually agrees with the issue that my colleagues have raised. And I think that it will not sit very well with right-thinking Ghanaians who will be watching us at this time. And it will just be very appropriate that our colleague recuse himself and allow the Director General and his team to really address this issue. I would have even imagined that being two deputies in this particular ministry, in the absence of the minister, your other colleague, who obviously is not a member of this committee, could have been well suited to stand in for the minister. And your situation is a bit dicey. I mean, and I will humbly crave your indulgence, Mr. Chairman. I crave your indulgence that our colleague just do what is right and proper, so that we don't send any negative signals out there to the public watching us.
Honorable members, I will not allow the minister to respond. Let me just give some kind of explanation before I make a ruling on this matter. We found ourselves in a very tight corner. On Friday, that was last week Friday, the minister himself called me when I was in my constituency that they received an invitation to appear before this committee. Unfortunately, he have to travel to India. So he'll be asking his deputy to come. And I told him his deputy is a ranking member of this committee. So being a ranking member of the committee and then coming to sit before the committee as a witness, to the mind of everybody, it will look like he will not receive the needed punch, if there is any, that members might have given or want to do. But you see, we find ourselves in this situation because the practice and the convention of Parliament is that members of Parliament who are ministers do not belong to committees that supervises their ministry. So, for instance, if the Minister of Health himself, who is a member of Parliament, cannot be a member of Health Committee, and it applies to all ministries. But for the Public Accounts Committee, it's a committee that supervises all ministries. So in that case, it will conclude that no minister MP will be a member of the Public Accounts Committee. And that is what I've been running over the years. But we have a situation where after when we resume in January, the committees were formed with every member, because every member must be a member of at least two committees. Then later nominations by the presidents came, where members of these committees were appointed to various ministries, including the deputy minister, who was or is still the ranking member of the committee. So this will run for a very short time. We couldn't do the adjustments after we finish with the nomination and then the vetting and approval of the ministers. So this situation will be corrected when the House come back in May. That all ministers, MPs who are on this committee will definitely leave this committee and be replaced by non-minister MPs. But the question is, should he, as a ranking member, appear before the committee as a witness? My opinion and my ruling is that the minister will sit in, listen to the responses from the Director General and his team. He will not take an oath, and for that matter, he will not speak. He will only listen. And if you want to speak, you can speak through another person, but he cannot speak. So you will not take the oath, but you sit here and occupy the position as a minister and listen to that. That is the solution to the problem. So, clerk, administer the oath without the minister. No.
No, two can come on at a time.
Only two can come at once.
His voice is now.
Okay. So what?
Please, if I say I then mention your name. I,
Anthony Siasare,
swear by the Almighty God,
Swear by the Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you very much. Now we are ready to take the reports of the Auditor General. Honorable members, we have response from the Ghana Health Service on the findings of the Auditor General, and I know you have copies. You might have read through the reports, but I just want to read their conclusion, that you take it from there. Overall conclusion. We wish to reiterate our rebuttal to the assertion in paragraph 68 to the effect that Ghana Health Service, and I quote, Ghana Health Service did not carry out the disposal of government vehicles in a fair, transparent, and competitive manner by ensuring that the disposal of the vehicles was advertised and open for the participation of the public, unquote. We have already indicated that the service has always advertised in the dailies of each public auction, for which proof has been attached, Appendix B. Now, this is a rebuttal and not non-acceptance of the findings of the Auditor General. And they provided information. Honorable members, I open the floor for you. I will begin from my left and I'll go this way. So, Honorable Richard Koshigan.
Chairman, thank you very much. Well, the conclusion, obviously, when I read it, hit me like a thunderbolt, and I wondered if the Ghana Health Service actually brought to the attention of the Auditor General their reservations before the final report, because we know that after the auditors have been to an institution, they give opportunity and time to the institution to actually bring up some issues and concerns that they are not in conformity with. And so I want to find out, first of all, from the Director General if they brought their concerns as captured in this letter to the Auditor General. And again, also, I thought that the tone of the letter is quite so harsh. I mean, apart from the conclusion, when you go through right from the opening sentence, it's just so harsh, as if you are there is a lingering war between you and the Auditor General.
No, it's a question to the Director General. Did all your position, as you stated in your response, did you make all this known to the Auditor General before they finalize the reports? Is that not your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Honorable Chairs. Yes, under normal circumstances, after an audit, there's supposed to be an exit meeting. I just joined the service, so I cannot, but from what my directors are telling me, they were able to give some information, but all the information were not available at that time. But before this report was written, I just received the report when it came on the 24th of this month. When I got the report recently, and I asked, they said that yes, but they've been able, if you look, there's an Appendix B, where we have shown in the Ghanaian Times of October 13th, October 15th, where the advertisements were all made. We've marked them. For example,
Mr. Director General, the question is, did you make all this known to the Auditor General, probably at the exit conference, before they finalize the report? All these positions you want to tell us now, did you make them known to the Auditor General at that time?
Maybe I will defer the question to my Director, who has been.
Chairman, before the Director General defers the question, Director General, please, humbly, I want to find out, were you the author of this letter?
Yes, please.
Okay. You signed, so it stands firmly in your name. And please, humbly, I'm being careful in choice of words. The tone of the letter, you claim you were not, you just joined the service. You were not there when all these activities took place. And you were only briefed by your subordinates. And you wrote a letter of this tone. And I mean, what motivated the tone of this letter since you were not there? Because you just said, even though when you assume an office, you take responsibility for its assets and liabilities. You know, so clearly I would not even expect you to say I was not there, especially when you had written a letter of this tone, which obviously rubbished completely the work of the Auditor General.
Yeah, Honorable Chair. Yes, I was briefed that these reports some of them were shown to the Auditor General, some of them were outstanding, they were expecting them to come back, and then they discuss all these things. So the whole, if you look at the paragraphs, what we are trying to do is to tell that these informations were all available, which were not contained. But if the tone is harsh, I take it back and say that maybe we should have written it in some other way or other sentence. So I'm a bit sorry about that. But the whole point was trying to inform my colleagues in the audit service that these informations were all there. Maybe just before the final letter came out, if it would have come and then find out, we could have given them out. But I'm sorry that maybe if the letter is a bit harsh.
Chairman, sir, if I were in your shoes, having been briefed, I would have made the effort of getting in touch with the Auditor General to raise some of these issues with him. And I'm sure that the two of you would have come to some understanding even before this particular meeting, because in the past we've had situations where even a few days before the sittings, the institution heads will get back to the auditors, and then some issues are resolved to the point that when we get to these meetings, the auditor will even confirm that indeed they have ironed out these aspects which was hitherto captured in the report as ABCD. So I would have thought that you would have done that. Why didn't you do that, sir?
That's Honorable Chair. That's why I say maybe on a hindsight, the Auditor General is a very good friend of mine. I should have called him, and then we sit down and discuss this thing amicably. So I'm sorry.
I'll allow follow-up, but before the follow-up, I want the Auditor General to come in. But before the Auditor General come in, Mr. Director General, do you still stand by these responses?
Honorable Chair, I think on looking at it again, the content, some of the contents of the report, yes, but the way maybe we put it, I would say no. Maybe we have to reframe most of the things.
Well, we will examine the contents further. We'll take item one after the other, but let Auditor General comes in.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I just want the colleagues from Health Service or Ghana Health Service to apply themselves to Section 29 of the Audit Service Act. It gives you only 30 days from the day we raise the audit observation. So you can't just have open-ended check and decide to come at any time at all and dispute with whatever evidence or findings you have. They should forward us, if they have evidence to prove that they submitted this to the audit service within the 30 days. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Honorable Atamios, follow-up question.
Director General, on the letter that you wrote, the last to the second from the bottom paragraph, his letter, his response, where it starts with "in addition."
Paragraph 2.
The second paragraph from the bottom, after your overall conclusion, you say something like, "In addition, members of staff have always participated in public auction as citizens of the country." Sir, do you really understand this, or what do you mean by it? What do you mean by saying that staff members have always participated in it as citizens of the country? Are we not, those of us here, not citizens?
Honorable Chair, I think there was a question about that the whole audit was skewed and it was unfair, and then it was skewed towards the health service. And that's the reason why we say that they always come there as any other person in the country who is coming for audit. So it doesn't mean that others are not citizens of the country. That's how I understand it.
So they participated as citizens, not as staff. I think that is the angle you are taking it from. Honorable Ajekum.
Thank you, Director General. Are you aware that recently the President of the Republic issued a directive in import means that staff of organizations will not be allowed to purchase vehicles from the organization. And are you also aware that yeah, just answer that question. Are you aware of that?
Honorable Chair, this audit was in is for 2012.
Yes, you wrote your response about 2 weeks ago.
But we are responding to a query from what the auditor said, which happened in 2012. I wasn't referring to last week's statement or last 2 weeks' statement by His Excellency the President. So I'm aware. So if we are going to do an auction now, and then maybe we are going to sell vehicles to our staff, then this question that you are asking me can be answered. But I think we're answering a query from the Auditor General Department, not from what the President said.
Okay, I'm reading from...
That's your substantive question.
Yeah. I'm reading from page 2 of your letter. I think that will be paragraph 4, in which you say that indeed it is the wish of the service that a number of staff is able to participate in the purchase of some of these vehicles, for which we encourage the auctioneers to this effect. What form does that encouragement take? If you say you encourage the auctioneers for staff to participate, what exactly does it take? And I'm still of the view that you are right. We were writing this response just a few days ago, so you must be mindful of the current thinking of your government.
Honorable Chair, if somebody works in an establishment for over 30 years, and there is a vehicle or motorcycle which is about 25 years old, I would have wished, that is my wish, I would have wished that if you want to dispose of such a vehicle, as a motivation to the staff, ideally you should have been given the first option. But I'm not saying, I think the import of what His Excellency the President was saying is that you don't put a vehicle there and then take it and then buy it. That's how I understand it. But if you are auctioning vehicles which are unserviceable, most of these vehicles are unserviceable, and a staff who has been working for over 30-something years, if he's given the option to buy it, I think it is a very good thing to do, to motivate our hard-working staff.
Director General, it means that your wish is at variance with the decision of the President. It's at variance. Your wish is that the staff be motivated by allowing them to procure these vehicles. And then the President says that vehicles should not be sold to staff. So your wish is at variance with what the President said. Don't you think so?
No, Honorable Chairman. The President was talking about vehicles which are sold to senior officers after 4 years, when it's 4 years old. That's what the President was talking about. I don't think the President was...
Is that the way the President explained it? Or you are giving an explanation now?
That is what normally, that is the...
He said normally. Is that what the President said? That when staff are leaving office, the vehicles that are sold to them, is that what he's referring to? Or general sale of vehicles to staff? We want to know that distinction so that we know what the President means. Can you tell us?
Honorable Chair, I think what we are talking about now are unserviceable vehicles which have gone for public auction. To me, in my opinion, it's two different things. So I'm talking about...
What is unserviceable vehicle?
A vehicle which people have sat down together and a board has sat down and find the vehicle not useful, or the vehicle is causing a lot of cost to the organization. If you look at what were sold, if you look at the board report.
So cannot be serviced?
Cannot be serviced.
And we are selling it to somebody. Are we being fair to those people? And you call it motivation? The thing cannot be serviced by government, and you want an individual to buy it, go and service, and you say motivation?
Honorable Chair, that is optional. That is up to the officer to do.
Continue with my question. Oh, was it no, Chairman? That's unfair to me. It's the same. I have a reaction to the answer. Chairman, I have a reaction to the answer.
I'll come back to you later. Please, I beg you. I'll come back to you.
The answer he has given, I have a reaction.
Okay, one follow-up.
Please, Chairman. My question was, you stated in the same paragraph that you categorically refute any staff interference in the auction. But in the same paragraph, you said we even encourage the auctioneers. I want you to tell us what form the encouragement takes.
Honorable Chair, I'm saying that is my wish. That if I have the wish, I will even encourage the auctioneers. This is the wish. And you see, I'm having a letter in front of me. Which from the office of the President, dated 4th September 2012, which states that where a serving officer of the company wishes to purchase any saloon car for his or her use, such a car may, in accordance with government directive dated August 1985, CA 31/T and CV Volume 2, be sold to such a person. And that's what it was used in 2012. That's what they were looking at in 2012, not in 2017. When His Excellency
Mr. Chairman, he needs to read the whole paragraph. He left some words in out of it. If you could read the whole paragraph, the whole sentence.
Please, Honorable Chair.
Where you read, the member asking you to read the entire paragraph. Or is it the paragraph or the letter?
No, it's a letter. It's point 5.
What number? That's to be number 5, right?
Number 5. Yeah, read the whole number 5.
Where a serving officer wishes to purchase any saloon car for his or her personal use, such a car may, in accordance with government directive CA.31/T and CV Volume 2, dated 1st August 1985, be sold to such officer provided he or she has not benefited from such sales before.
So, because you left that portion out, that is why he asked you to read it fully. Honorable Ras Mubarak.
Thank you very much indeed, Chairman. First of all, let it be known that this committee would not accept excuses to the effect that I just came in. Every head of institution, public agency inherits assets and liabilities, and we would not accept such excuses. Now, let me put it to the Director General. The Auditor General gave you 30 days to respond to the query. It took you 60 days, more than 60 days, and you come back and give us a letter like this, faulting the Auditor General for the queries that they raised. You had all this while. Mr. Chairman, if you look at the response that the Ghana Health Service brought, I see the attachments. Now, they've attached a receipt from the Bank of Ghana, a pay-in slip, dated 24th April 2017. That was yesterday. Monday. That was Monday. So you have had all this while. You haven't had the courtesy of respecting the procedures. And then you come back, because you are appearing before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament, hurriedly go to pay in, and then write a letter like that, justifying your actions. Chairman, I would like to find out from him. You claim the members of staff got the vehicles as citizens. How many members of staff benefited from the auction, and how many members of the public benefited from that auction.
Mr. Chair, I didn't claim members of staff got the vehicles as a citizen.
That's your letter.
No, I'm coming, please. What I'm saying is that even if they got it, they are also citizens of the country. That's what was said. I didn't say that
so they are not spectators.
So I didn't say that they got this vehicle. But the other question about why the money was paid late and this thing, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the fact still remains that I'm new in the place. I just came in this.
That would not be accepted.
That's why I brought some of my directors here. So I will defer the payment, which was delayed, to one of my directors, Director Finance, to answer. Because I was not there in 2012 or 2014 when the thing was done.
Wait, the Director of Finance is here. They're deferring the question.
Director of Finance, Ramatu, can you respond?
I'm yet to find out why they also delayed, to be honest with you, because we are supposed to pay immediately. I'm yet to find out. I have to be honest.
The payment was effected at Bank of Ghana, Hohwe, and then Bank of Ghana, the second one, I don't know, Accra. I hope that the Accra one was paid by headquarters. And you are the Director of Finance at headquarters. Yeah, I know, it's only 24.
It wasn't headquarters. It was one of the accounts and one of the accountants under headquarters, but stationed at the Tema workshop. So.
Okay, Tema workshop.
Yes.
So, as the Director of Finance and colleagues, I have worked at Ministry of Health before. No. I was in charge of the reporting analysis unit. At the time, Ramatu was also in charge of the, I think, headquarters accounts. So I'll ask question. And Ramatu, knowing very well, I know your capabilities as an accountant. Why did you not ensure that this money, which was paid to Ghana Health Service by the auctioneers, did not leave the books of Ghana Health Service until you received a letter from Parliament to appear before the committee before you went around looking for, ensure that the payment is made? Why?
I would say that the report also came to me very late. So that is when I realized that they had not paid into the account, to be honest with you.
The audit reports?
Yes.
Which report are you referring to?
Yes, the audit report and even the responses, because I did not participate in the exit conference.
So, should I conclude that you are not on top of your job?
When it comes to auctioning, now we put in a lot of controls. So we are actually involved. But from time past, it used to be handled by that transport department, if I have to be honest with you.
Vice Chairman, I want to do a follow-up.
Madam Ramatu.
Yes, sir.
Where did you keep this money all this while?
Like I said, even though it's mentioned headquarters accounts, we have different accounts. So the Tema workshop has accounts, so it's kept under Tema workshop account.
And that will not
Tamale.
have. That will not
Tamale.
have.
No, he mentioned. Tamale for the different BMCs, they have the different accounts. So in whatever region they have, I am not directly in control of that account. There is a regional accountant that is in control of that account.
So they only do a transfer into this non-revenue account?
Yes, sir.
24th April. 24th April, just Monday. Is that the case?
I just got the information, sir, so I'll follow up on that.
Do you have the accountant who went to the bank to make this payment? Do we have that accountant here?
Can you come and explain? Because who?
The accountant at Tamara workshop. Do we have the accountant there?
No, that is it Tamale.
Tamale.
No, he's not here.
No, but no. The one who went and paid this money to Bank of Ghana on Monday is the person we are looking for.
Oh, he's not around, sir.
We have Ho and Hohoi.
Yeah, he's not around, sir.
What about, no, we have Accra one.
None of them is here, sir. None of them is here, sir.
Do you know them personally?
Maybe by...
Maybe they are many, so when you see them by face, you might know.
Yes, the regional yeah, the regional accountant. It's not the regional accountant for the Volta region. Yes.
I'll call you. I'll call you. Vice Chairman.
Yeah. Madam, from which accounts was this money transferred from? That's our interest.
Yeah, it could be from the BMC account, whether it's Hohoi, if it's Hohoi.
You are not sure. You are not sure. Because for over a year, this money was with somebody. So you wouldn't be able to tell, as it is today, whether it was actually coming from the source of Ministry of Health account. So someone can trade with this money for over a year and come to pay 24th April. Now, can you tell us whether there's any plan for you to recover the interest?
Like I said, we put in controls now. So from here, I will call the accountants because I just got this information. I'll call the accountants and find out exactly what happened and address it.
And you will immediately get back to us?
Yes, sir.
We are interested in this particular recovery,
yes, sir.
with the interest.
Yes, sir.
Honorable Sam George.
Madam, please put off your mic. Thank you. Chairman, on this issue of the payments that were done on Monday, which is the 24th of April, just 3 days ago, it is on the basis of this that some responses in their letter are based. However, it ought to be noted that the payments were not cash payments into the NTRA. The two payments in Hohoi and Accra are check payments, which means that those checks could actually be dud checks. There's a possibility. But for the virtue of appearing before this committee, we're shown receipts of check payments. That is not a guarantee of payment actually being effected. And so I would want that the Ghana Health Service provide us actual proof by virtue of a bank statement on that account that the checks were issued that shows deductions, actual deductions that show that it's been credited to the NTRA.
I think that is a fair request from the member. Tell us from your bank statement if deductions were actually made from the account from which these checks were issued, then we will know definitely it will reflect in the NTRA of the Bank of Ghana, of government.
Mr. Chairman, maybe I want to give, if you look at the pay-in slips, it's a Bank of Ghana check paid into Bank of Ghana account.
Sure, but it will still have to clear. It's moving from one account to another account. So it must show in the account is being moved from, as being moved. We will ask you to go further to bring in a bank statement on the NTRA. But the bank statement of the account from which they are moved, we want to see whether they are actually moved from those accounts. That is it.
Mr. Chairman.
No, Honorable.
Okay, Director General, if we could go through this process a little bit. You added Appendix B to your letter that you wrote, and I'm concentrating on your overall conclusion that you said we have already indicated that the service has always advertised in the dailies of its public auction, for which proof has been attached, Appendix B. Now, let's look at Appendix B, the one on October 13th. You see your ad over there for the auction? Do you see your ad over there? All that it says is auction sale of unserviceable vehicles and a few scraps at Ghana Health Services. It doesn't give you where. Look, Ghanaian Times goes to the whole country. You don't provide a phone number, nothing. So if I am in Tamale, how can I participate in this? And look at the date. The date that the newspaper is October 13th, and you are doing the auction on October 15th. Now, look at the next one. Look at the next one on the next page, page 32, from the Ghanaian Times. Look at the Ghanaian Times. Your auction over there says auction of unserviceable vehicles and a few scraps at Ghana Health Services on October 15th. You see the date that it was advertised in the newspaper? That day is also October 15th. So it goes in the newspaper the very day that you are doing an auction. Now, look at the next one, the next newspaper. Look at the next newspaper. Your ad is over there, which is also a few unserviceable vehicles and motorbikes. These a few unserviceable motorbikes and scraps ended up earning over 100,000 Ghana cedis. And you go on to respond to this letter that you refute it. We wish to reiterate our rebuttal to the assertion that Ghana Health Services did not carry out the disposal of government vehicles in a fair, transparent, and a competitive manner. Sir, did you write this letter, or somebody brought it to you and just appended your signature?
Honorable Chair, I think at the beginning I made a statement about the tone of the letter. Honorable member is going back again to it. I've asked. I'm coming, please.
Let's listen to the Director General.
And I think we are going back to the same thing again. And I believe that, you see, if you look at it very well, maybe I'll also defer it to my Director Administration, who I will defer the auction adverse to my Director of Administration also to talk about it. But what I've seen, I think at the beginning, I accepted that on hindsight, maybe the letter should have been written in another tone. And I believe the honorable members should take it like that, as I've said. But honorable.
So are you applying, or will you be kind to withdraw, especially the conclusion?
Yes.
Or will you want to withdraw the entire letter, or you still maintain the letter? Because if you maintain the letter, we'll still read those portions that are not favorable to you.
If you so wish,
don't qualify it.
No, I will draw it and then we bring it again, and then look at it too.
He has withdrawn the letter. He has withdrawn the letter, which means that they are now agreeing to the conclusion drawn by the Auditor General. The withdrawal of the letter means you have agreed to the conclusions and the findings of the Auditor General.
Yes, the letter will be withdrawn, and then
thank you.
We rephrase it.
So, Honorable Mavis.
Let's find out from
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So then, I want to ask the Director General, can you please explain to the committee why the head of the Transport Department was allowed to constitute a technical assessment team instead of the Director General?
I will defer the question to my Director Administration.
Director Administration. Director Haas.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Honorable Member. Ghana Health Service is a big organization, and it has a number of units. Certain actions are taken, and they are taken in the name of the Director General. On the issue of setting up a technical team to do the assessment, as indicated somewhere in the letter, after the performance audits, when the Ghana Health Service was advised that this is what should take place, we have actually been complying with the recommendation of the audit service. Earlier, we were setting up technical teams to do the assessment, and that wasn't the beginning of the auction. In Ghana Health Service, there are a number of regions that run as separate BMCs. So the BMCs initiate an action and write to the Director General that we want permission.
Not all of us know what a BMC is. So expand it for us.
Thank you. A BMC in Ghana Health Service is Budget Management Center. That is the unit that runs their finances on their own. So we have regions, and within regions we have hospitals, districts, what have you. So the regions will write to the Director General listing a number of vehicles that they would want auctioned. Then the Director General will send the thing to transport for the technical team to be set up to review the submission from the regions and send their recommendations back to the Director General. I wish to admit that ignorance of the law is said to be no excuse. But the technical team was doing what a board of service would do. But as soon as our attention was drawn, we have been complying subsequently. But the technical teams were set up to really do further assessment of what the region submits and advise Director General on whether to approve of their requests for measures to be initiated for the auction or disposal of the vehicles so put forward by the region. Thank you.
Honorable Mavis.
I want to know, doesn't this create a problem of lack of checks and balance?
Honorable Member, if you could come again.
On the question I asked.
On the setting up of the technical team.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, that is what I have explained, that we admit that ignorance is no excuse. But before 2012, the technical teams were set up to look at what regions put forward and advise the Director General on whether the vehicles merit formal disposal. Now, getting advised by the Auditor General, we have put in place the board of survey, which might be doing the same thing generally, because we think that the technical team also have the expertise to determine that this thing is really out of place or something like that. But that does not mean that we want to maintain, and we've stopped and we have put in place the boards of survey as indicated in the law. Thank you.
What is the difference? The technical team and the board of survey, we're actually doing the same work.
That is
so maybe it's a nomenclature, the names that you have given to it.
Yeah.
Should have been, it's a board of survey. So you are actually doing the right thing, but maybe the way you call that board or that body is what is making up the difference.
Yes, please.
So basically, they've been doing the right thing by only the name. Yes. Honorable Hadi.
Director, I'm taking you back to your letter. Page 3, not on content. We want to just state in some facts here. So if your accountant has a calculator, he can follow me up. the paragraph 3.32. And I want to refer you to the table. The second, is it third column? Third column, amount realized by auctioneer. Are you referring to the proceeds from the sale?
Director.
Has he responded?
I think the internal auditor would respond to that because.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, the first column amount realized by auctioneer, that is the total of the three figures over there.
And it's wrong. That figure is wrong. That figure is, yeah, it's wrong. 61,355. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, we'll draw it and then do the calculation.
Then we go to the second column, commission paid.
So we are sleeping.
Commission paid. You see, Mali B. Vihera Mat. The heading is commission paid. Included in this figure is the valuation fee of 3114. You shouldn't have done that. And we went in your report to say that some errors are occurred. Maybe this may be the causes. You included the valuation fee of 311 paid by the auctioneer and called this one commission. You shouldn't have done that.
Honorable Hadi, let me follow up. Is it the assistant head of internal audit unit or the head of the internal audit unit? Deputy.
Deputy.
Who computed these numbers?
The numbers, the staff under me, they did the.
They did a computation. Yeah. Did you cross-check before submitting it to the Director General to sign? Did you cross-check?
We were doing it.
The simple question is, did you cross-check?
No.
You didn't cross-check?
No.
Do you have calculator in your office?
Yes.
You have calculator in your office?
Yes.
Why didn't you just jump on your calculator, punch the numbers to confirm that what I'm sending to my Director General to sign is correct? Why didn't you do that? Is it laziness or what? Simple number. This figure is simple. You could be making a mistake in this. What if you have a tall list of numbers to compute? Sometimes our director trusts our work. We end up embarrassing the directors. It's not nice. George. Oh, you are still on, okay.
No, I have to continue. Yeah, I have to finish up. Otherwise, the flow will not come.
No, yours is okay.
Yeah. Then we go to the next table. We go to the next table. Voter region. Voter region. We had 2 auctioneers, but you included only the first auctioneer, 780. We had 2 auctioneers, voter region, Gosway Mat and Bazaar Mat. You left Gosway Mat with a total gross sale proceed of 16,847. It's not in your submission. And then headquarters. Headquarters. Are you there? Are you with me? Assistant auditor, or what is the title?
Yes.
What is the total sales proceed that you realize from the auction in the Greater Accra region?
Mr. Chairman, the share market, that one is under. That one is a different issue altogether. So we did not add that one to the total amount of 116,400. So after the table, you see the shelter mat, the issue over there.
No, we're not talking about shelter mat. Don't go to shelter mat. We're talking about different auctioneer who realized 16,824. No, from voter sales proceed. Yes, you see, the voter region, should I talk on the voter region, they engage 2 auctioneers. And then the total. No, I'm talking about the concerning the 1, 2, 2. Yes. Yeah, page 3. Yes. They are trying to reconcile 1, 2, 2 amounts, and in the process, pointing out an error in the Auditor General's submission. But they have left out an important receipt, which is making them get this error, which is not actually the error. So unless you get the 2 auctioneers together, they will not arrive at the correct amount. So they are rather wrong and not the Auditor General.
Well, we'll continue. We'll continue. I'll move to my left, but before. Honorable members, I want to ask the Director General that Appendix D of your response to the committee where demand notice from Malibi Vahira Enterprise, or MAT. The amount there is 5,000 and 2 series 25%. And the distribution or the breakdown is 7% of the commission, which is 1,888.25. And then the STC valuation fee of 3,114. That gives you the total. All right, that is correct. If you go to the back page of the Appendix B, there's a receipt issued by Malibi Vihira Mat of 4,752. That is actually the 5,002.25 minus withholding tax of 5%. So that figure is correct. Then the next page, the STC component, which is included in the earlier receipts, is also issued to Ghana Health Service. Director General, don't you think that a very fast accountant can take advantage of this?
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. As from a small financial management that I know, a fast accountant can take advantage. That's the reason why, since I came, I've put a lot of measures in place to make sure that these things don't happen and that we take so this audit report, when I read it, I realized that we have to take some lessons from it, and so that it doesn't happen in future, and that monies which are being taken supposed to be paid into the national tax revenue account. You pay it immediately. And then if you are issuing a receipt like this, then there will be a problem. So we have taken a very administrative view of it, and we